1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
I greatly believe that. And another subject I think I would like to cover in due course, and we have touched on it before, is anxiety problems and panic attacks. A lot of people have those, and in my past I've gone through stages of that, and things I've learned I like to sort of pass on. I do sometimes send out a passage of a book which helped me at some stage to someone else who I know is suffering from that. So yeah, I think I'm very much like that. And when I meet someone from time to time who sort of gets that in me and I get that in them, I mean, it's not all about me, far from it, but it's just a connection which I think is good. And if that happens to be between a male from Scotland, say, and a female from Manila in the Philippines, and they're a different age, if it really gels, then what business is that of anybody else? So all I'm saying is there's a hell of a lot more to relationships and how we function in life than a simple, passport bureau or whatever, even though that obviously exists. That was a bit longer than I expected it to be, but I found myself coming out at one stage. Very worrying.
I hope you're not coming out, as the Guardian reader would say, coming out.
It's not a good expression, is it? No, but I have no problem in actually saying I like expressing my emotional side through my music, and I think it adds to stuff I write. So, but yeah, and it's just, to me, I am what I am. We would all say that of ourselves. So I like to think I would never judge any other relationship, because let's face it, we know no one knows what goes on in any other relationship. It's just the way it is. So I think it's a good thing not to be judgmental about those things. So no, I don't think there's a moral code being broken, unless, as I say, it's done purely for, pragmatic reasons, like getting a passport to get citizenship. Then I guess it's not just a moral code, it's more a sort of a legal code, isn't it, that's being broken?
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking in terms of, say, for instance, you go shopping, there's a long queue, right? And for some reason, maybe the checkout girl knows you, or maybe you have a friend of a friend sees you there, and he goes, "Oh, all right, Trevor, you shouldn't be standing in the queue. Yeah, just come to the front of the queue," and that sort of thing, and she serves you, and then you literally just jump the queue. So there will be people stood in the queue going, who does he think he is? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Taking the shortcut. I think that's what I'm talking about when it comes to moral code.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but people be thinking, well, hang on a minute, why don't you just do the hard work at home? Do it where, don't look for where you've got, is it due or undue advantage? Well, let's just call it advantage, where you've got some form of advantage, but then the same thing I think about it, the way I think about it, because I read the comment section of this post, and it was a year ago. Remarkable that I can still remember it. But I read through the comment section, and it was like, well, and there was the man, it was posted by a woman, obviously criticizing it. And then the man was like, well, hang on a minute, you don't give us what we want. You don't give us the respect. These, women abroad, they will do the dishes. They don't question us. They just,
You're treading on dangerous ground there, I have to say.
It was a real thing.
Is that what you think then?
I'm not making it up. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm only delivering the message here. So anyway,
It's actually quite interesting. I don't know. One thing, I don't often watch much TV. I watch some Netflix sometimes and things like that. I don't really watch much terrestrial television. But I do tend to get into I'm a Celebrity. Do you watch that at all?
yeah, I've seen one or
Yeah,
two
and
episodes.
it's quite good.
The leader of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything customers. And fund the aim of everything customers.
Because I mean, what you just said about the washing up. I mean, at the moment, I think Barry McGuigan. Is it Barry McGuigan, the boxer, isn't it? The world used to be a world champion.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, McGregor. Yeah,
That's his
McGregor.
name, isn't it? Yeah. Well, he had to allocate some roles
sorry.
along with.
Sorry, I think it's Connor. Is it Connor? Connor
No.
McGregor. Is it Barry?
No, it's Barry. Barry.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, he's a good chap, and anyway, it was his turn to allocate the roles of the thing, and it turns out that he and I think Danny, who's in McFly, they sort of chose the roles for the various people, collecting the wood, doing the washing up, all the other things, and it ended up that Jane Moore, who's a journalist, a very good journalist as well, and 2 or 3 other women ended up with the washing up, which is quite a bit of an ordeal to do, as probably most of the jobs are. But she said to him, "Oh, is that because we're women?" You know, and he said, "No, of course not." And he actually got a little bit annoyed to think that was suggested, but it just turned out that 3 or 4 of the women were doing the washing up for the next few days. But people, it shows people are still sensitized to that, and I guess, I don't know, I think we're well past that time, aren't we, where women should be seen as, you know, I mean, you said about a man might think, well, people don't do the washing up here, whereas I'm looking for a woman who does, but that's got to be a bad start, isn't it, really? I don't think you can really mean that. You are playing devil's advocate, my friend,
Well,
aren't you?
I didn't say. I'm only reporting. it. We're reporting what was said. But anyway, you know. So in the arguments, I thought, well, each to their own. He's got a point. The guy that said it. I can't remember his name now. Like I said, it's been a year ago, over a year now. But I thought, well, I wouldn't take that opinion of a woman washing up or whatever.
There's a nice escape there, bud, cuz. I believe you.
I see what he's trying to do there. I had to put in a disclaimer straight away.
You were trying to get out of what you'd said.
Well, it's a tricky one, ain't it? And and he was like, it were about the respect. Let's put it that way. And there was another comment that said, a man needs respect. And I'm thinking, well, I don't care about respect. I think the mafia needs respect. I don't really care about respect. But maybe he does have a point there. Our men, and this is for another day, another episode. But do men still crave the respect thing? I know, because I like watching like mafia films and stuff like that. Not the gruesome ones, but the ones that have this kind of hierarchy thing. It'd be like he's a made man. You can't talk to a made man like that. And I'm thinking, what is he on about? I don't understand it, but it was about this respect. You respect a made man and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, well, would I like to be respected as a made man? Would I love to be respected in the house? And what could lack of respect in the house, what could it lead to? 2024, bearing in mind that it is 2024, we don't need that sort of, misogynistic views, but
No.
um, but could men still be craving, you know? I mean, would you like to be respected in a relationship, or would you just like to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's absolutely necessary for both parties in a relationship to respect each other. And I think that's the point, because generally people who surround us, our own family, friends, close people, colleagues, all the rest of it, there is a mutual respect with people. Because if there's not, that very quickly will become clear and obvious, I think. And that's what I think, that if someone in my circle actually treated me in an unpleasant, disrespectful way, I'd very quickly be aware of that. And I would be offended, I suppose, and assuming there was no reason for them to be taking that view. So I think we might say we're not worried about being respected, but I think we are if we're aware that someone is showing us disrespect, because that's got to be a negative thing. So yeah, I think respect in a relationship is vital, because if it's only one way, one-way traffic, one-way street, that ain't going to work. It really isn't.
Yeah.
You have to have mutual respect.
Yeah. So that's where that was where I started looking at the concept of a passport bro. I thought about, the more I thought about it, the more appealing it.
So when are you going then? Off to Thailand or somewhere? I'll keep your seat warm over here while you're there. I'll talk to myself each week on the podcast. I might get more sense then.
I'll come back with somebody that brings me a beer. I'll be like, all right, can I have a Budweiser from the fridge? Yeah, like, okay, yes, sir.
That's what you expect, isn't it?
I'm glad this show is a comedy show, so we can't be called up on everything.
It's not. The trouble is, it's not meant to be. I think people are laughing at us, actually, cuz, rather than with us. And that's probably not a joke.
I'm glad this is a comedy show, so we're allowed to get away with things like this. We say it for a laugh. Yeah, but passport bro, I don't know. I'm kind of sitting on the fence on this one at the moment.
Another nice metaphor to finish with. No, if you want to go for it, you go for it. Make your decision. Never be held back by, I'm worried people might frown upon something, unless it's manifestly wrong. But you do what you want to do, as long as it's on the right side of legality, and even if it's a bit different, you do it. Don't hold back for fear of what others may say. That's, I think, a big mistake.
Yeah. So a 2 like me, rolling with a 10. Yeah. That's
how you roll.
That's how you roll. That's gonna do a lot for my street cred.
I lost mine a few weeks ago, I think, on here. I've lost it today because I appear to have inadvertently come out.
This is all we've got time for. Do you want to do the conclusion, bro?
We've probably gone down some strange avenues today, inadvertently, apart from anything else. But actually, we have touched on a serious topic, and we hope you sort of found it of use and reasonably interesting. And we hope you've laughed with us and not at us. But anyway, I've been Trevor Gear, and he calls me bruv.
And I've been Emmy Hikins, and he calls me cuz. So join us again next week for another interesting episode of the Alien Spaceship. So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything cast us and fund the